Hello and welcome to another League of Legends video replay. I will be playing Zhao for the second time today, and I was pretty happy for all my games today. I was able to play the jungler, so that was excellent. Let's speed this up a little bit. Standard start is Machete 5 health pots. Again, that's usually the best start for Zhao. Sometimes you can choose Boots 3 health pots if you have a good chance of winning it all in and getting some early kills. That's always a good alternative. And also Cloth 5 health pots, and on some attack speed heroes such as Zhao, a dagger which increases your attack speed is also a great choice. Alright, so looks like they're not invading at all, and you need to make sure you look on the minimap before the game starts and during the game to see what they're going to do, and always just be aware if they're invading or not. Invades are very easy to avoid getting killed from, so just as long as you're paying attention, you won't get early deaths, which is really bad for the jungle. Securing my blue, unfortunately I didn't get enough for a smite list, so I have to do it myself. As far as what their team is trying to do, they have Aurelia, Ryze, Ezreal, Mundo, and Sona. So Sona is good at defeating people that try to dive on her because it's hard for her to get in range, so she's not good at initiating fights with this unless she flashes in and initiates, and I would only suggest that if you're ahead. So again, this is good to try to counter people if they're going in on you. Aurelia likes to dive on people. That's what she's strongest at doing, diving down a squishy like Twisted Fate or Kog'Maw. And Ryze is good at both initiating because he has a pretty long range stun, which lasts a couple seconds, his snare. That's his W. And he does quite a bit of damage in the new patch. Ezreal is good at poking, and Mundo is good at poking as well. So they don't really have a very coordinated team. You can see they have all sorts of different objectives for their champions. So that's sort of why a team can be weaker than you might expect. Our team is really good at split pushing. We have a TF, so that's what makes us so good at split pushing. Unfortunately, we do utilize that somewhat during the game, but not throughout the entire game. So that's what we really wanted to do. We needed to split push because TF is weaker in a team fight than, say, his counterpart Ryze, because TF's ulti doesn't do anything. Here I missed my auto attack, so we can't get a kill, and I probably shouldn't have wasted my flash either there. So that was just poor play on my part. I did see Mundo come up here, and if I had my flash up there, I definitely would have survived or gotten a double kill and first blood. So that was just poor play on my part. I did see Mundo come up through, I think it was minion vision or something like that. I was not face checking that bush for no reason. I thought if I did that, we could get the kill on Aurelia if she went in, or we would have a 2v1 on Mundo. So that was my thought there. Unfortunately, I used my flash earlier, so I should have realized that was a bad idea. Alright, so continuing on. She just dies for no reason. And here I'm just continuing to farm my jungle, and I intend to gank here. Unfortunately, he has no mana, so it's going to be hard to get this gank off. I still think we can get a flash or a kill off of him, so that's my plan. I saw him use his blue card, so that's why I didn't go in right away. But when Ryze ran in on him, I also went in right away. So again here, a wasted flash cost us a kill there, but we still got his flash for free, more or less, just the cost of me ganking. So that was totally worth it. If he had enough mana, it would have been a kill, or if I had not wasted my flash before. Again, this is also a great strat. When you see the enemy uses our summoners, come back right away and gank again. So if he hadn't run back, it would have been an easy kill, but it became a little bit more difficult in that way, and Ryze gets the kill on them. So I think probably would have died regardless, but it was totally worth it because their lane is pushing, and I realized that was happening, and I want to deny as much XP and gold as possible. So I run back in, even taking tower hits if I have to. I didn't need to take tower hit, but that's okay. I'm gonna just heal up and push this in so he loses lots of gold and XP. So that was totally worthwhile gank. I know that TF died, and I don't think that TF could have survived that unless. Pretty much there was no way for him to survive that if Ryze was playing intelligently, but he should also realize that gank was totally worthwhile. I'm going to continue farming my jungle up, and as far as what needs to be ganked, top and bot and mid all need ganks because, as you can see here, I'll just slide these up. Where's their support? So you can see that Easy is about equal with him, so I guess I don't really need to gank right away. And he does have this advantage in poking and stuff like that because he has a long sword, and Cog Monster like 9 health pots. Aurelia is behind V, and TF and Easy and Rise are tied, and their jungle is a little bit ahead of me. So that's just what's going on here. I do see that this is going on, so I shouldn't have gone to this. I don't know how close to 6 I am. I think I might have done that because I was very close to 6, but I probably should have just ran right away to try to get the kill here, because since I didn't go right away, this started pushing back, and it's going to be much more difficult to get the kill. TF asked me to wait for him, so that's what I did. As soon as I saw that TF was coming, I started to come around here and thinking I was gonna we're gonna have to kill him at the tower, but he goes a little too. He's like Aurelia stepped up there, and he saw we got the kill off there. Again, in that case, unlike the case before where TF died, V definitely did not need to die. But this is great. You see how much gold and XP is getting denied here. Unfortunately, Rise was able to push up to the tower, so he's denying TF some XP and gold. And here I'm saying, okay, let's go ahead and see if we can kill Rise. And I'm just waiting. And as soon as I see this happen, I should have waited a couple more seconds and timed it with a creep kill. So that's one way you can make, running in to make a gank more successful, and that is timing it with a creep kill. I believe, yes, I had this, I warded here, and I saw Mundo run up. So that was really bizarre if you guys saw that. I R'd and E'd at the same time, so he got knocked back. Unfortunately, that happened, so I had to get killed by Rise, and some reason that didn't stun until the second card. Very strange. Anyway, so you saw that I should have E'd first and made sure that the mark was on him, which gives 15% armor penetration, and then used my R and Q combination to finish him off. And that way I would have secured a kill easily without dying. Alright, so continuing on. Let's see, so I have Zhao. I got my Wriggles Lantern, and I'm going to definitely go for the armor bit dodge boots, which are great. They give you 10% physical damage reduction on all auto attacks, and also give you a fair amount of armor, so that gives you a nice increase in effective health. Unfortunately, TF got caught and had to flash, which he totally didn't need to do that, but that's okay. And so that's my goal here, to get level 2. I saw Mundo come in here. I didn't do it quite right, so that was unfortunate. If TF had reacted in time, he would have gotten a kill. I should have come around this way too. So Mundo had to go this way, and we would have gotten the kill on him if he had done that. Here I see that Rise is low, but TF says he doesn't want to go because he doesn't have any mana. And I saw that V was trying to gank, so I should have responded correctly and gone in on Rise at the right time. I just warded that, and TF is coming down to gank, and I saw Mundo run down here. I have two options. I can, one, try to defend this tower to prevent it from pushing, or two, come after Mundo. And if you look at their HP, you can see that they're all pretty low. So I think it's probably the right decision, so that Mundo can't get a triple kill or something like that. So here we go. Mundo's trying to get the kills, and he could have totally survived. After we see this, we know that we can get a free dragon, so I tell our team to run to get the free dragon, and Rise gets caught out here. In this game, you can see I'm walking, which is makes me secure a bunch more kills more easily. And I don't want to push in because I don't know where their team is, and that's too dangerous to fight there, so that's why I ran back. Aurelia's pushed up, so I definitely want to gank, so that's what I'm doing. I do see that Mundo's trying to follow me, so I try to turn on him and just get some free damage. So I chunk him down to about half health, just using my Q, my E, and my W, and R combo. So that's like a pretty decent thing to do to him. It's going to make jungling for him more risky. I should have been aware that he was low and tried to counter jungle him a little bit more. And also that's really good to do with TF Salty, so that was a mistake on my part. And here we're just trying to tower dive, and Aurelia, that turned out very poorly. We shouldn't have done that. I do get the ghost out on him. I should have used my Q to try to kill him, but I had enough mana for it there, so I should have definitely tried to do that there. Alright, so we're just waiting for a respawn timer. They are behind, or actually they just cut up after that kill, and I should be doing more ganks on bottom. As you can see, they're quite a bit further behind. They have he has 15 CS on him, and Soraka has a kill up on. Oh, that's just for Mundo's gank. So yeah, I definitely should have been going down bottom more often. Unfortunately, Mundo gets away, but we do get another kill. and I'm just going to push this in so we can get this turret here. As far as other options, I could come back mid, which I ended up deciding doing. I should have actually pushed this in though, but I guess I thought I couldn't take the turret, which is probably right, especially if Mundo comes down here. So I'm going up here to make sure that Rise can't push this turret in. I just warded here and then run right up here to make sure that he can't see us, and so that's what I'm doing here. Unfortunately, this is warded on both sides, so it's going to be unlikely. Yeah, we didn't really keep track of their wards, so like I don't know that I can sneak in sort of like all sneaky like and come in through here maybe, or come around this way to gank mid. So I should just be more aware of that, and I wasn't really keeping track of it. For some reason, TF keeps asking me to help him with blue, but he can totally do it himself. So if you can do it yourself and the jungle, you don't need the jungler to do it, then you should totally do your own blue buff. Unless the jungler asks for the XP from that. It depends how behind the jungler is, if he needs to catch up on the XP and stuff like that. But like if I have to spend like 30 seconds or something like that trying to help him on blue buff and then get somewhere else, then I obviously can't be ganking. So you should just keep that in mind. TF is doing weird stuff, so I have to cover his lane. I don't really understand what he's doing. He's just like randomly walking around in the jungle. And another thing that people need to understand is if you're low, you can't just all go back. Someone has to stay here and help protect these towers. You just can't do like random stuff like that. Mundo could have gotten a kill there if he had been paying attention. So yeah. We do need the rest of it, like it's gonna be a 4v4, so if we can get the rest of the team here, we can definitely defend this. This is not at all a lost tower. We just have to dodge their poke, and it should be fine. I do see Easy here, and I was thinking about going on him, and I don't think it's quite right to go on him. Let's see how much HP he has. He has like, he doesn't have that much, so he only has 1,000. I think if I went on him, there's a good chance that I could have, I don't have any tanky items, right? Oh, I do have a giant spell. So yeah, maybe I could have done that. And here this is just a mistake on their part, letting them get more tower damage on them. I should have also gone, as soon as I saw that it was a 3v3, we knew that because of TF's ulti here. I should have gone right away and tried to fight this, because we definitely have an advantage here. So that was just a mistake on my part again. And since that happened, we can't like turn this into a 3v3 towards advantage because they have no front line, so it's unfortunate. But we do get the free kill on Soraka, so we end up changing that 2 for 1 into a 2 for 2. And someone definitely needed to go up here to cover this, either me or probably I would be the best choice in this case. And I'm trying to get them to go in on Rise. I did have to flash there, or else I would have died, and I just barely missed the ulti on Easy, and I think that was totally the wrong play there. As you can see, if my team had followed up in the right way, we could have possibly secured the kill on Rise, but we lost. I don't know why he's doing this again. This is all warded, so he's just going to die if he sticks around. Anyway, we lost two flashes for 1 flash. I believe that Rise flashed, so that was a big mistake on my part. Alright, so just buying my next items. I already have my Giant Spell, so I'm going to turn that into a Sunfire Cape ASAP. Again, that's just to deal with all their auto attackers. They only have 1 source of magic damage, which is Rise, and Mundo, which sort of does percentage-based damage, which is also magic. But he's not like super terrifying. He does get a little scary with his Cleaver's late game, because he can just stack like health and stuff like that and deal with you. Here, I know that they're trying to do Dragon, and I tell my team to go right away, and it's definitely a good fight for us to, so like I should have dived right away, and I'm trying to get them to come in, and I focused on the wrong target. I should have not focused Mundo and instead gone on Rise. Unfortunately, my team doesn't respond like at all or something, and I die, but it's still, that was still the right play for me to do. Like if my team had gone in like correctly, then you can see we would have done much better, but we still do okay. And I think we get a 2 for 1 in this case, and I don't know why V flashed over this wall. She didn't need to do that, and she used her Q, and something about V that people don't know is that her Q makes her slow down so much, and it just sucks. I really don't like her Q at all, and unfortunately we don't get this dragon. I think if Mundo had, this guy, who is he? Nunu. Yeah, there we go. If Nunu had used his consume, we could have definitely gotten the kill. But still, it's a 3 for 1, and it should have been. It ends up being a 3 for 2, but it should have definitely been up like at least a 3 for 1 in our favor. Potentially, we could have gotten Dragon. So again, I think I made the right play, but regardless of what my team was going to do, that was like diving there was the right play, just to stop their Dragon. If I hadn't dived there, maybe I could have waited another 2 seconds, so that might have been worthwhile doing to get my team a couple more seconds to get in position. But mostly, I think on my part that was the right play, and just a couple of mistakes on my team's part preventing us from really capitalizing on that. Here we definitely need to be split pushing, and I go on him, on Aurelia, and I don't realize how much damage he does, and he just like completely destroys me, so that was a big mistake. And no one came here, so they gave up a free tower. So this is the big problem with split pushing. You have to understand when and when not to split push. So this was definitely not a good time to split push. I know that he's probably going to get this. I don't know. It depends if easy ults or not and how many people come down. But, you know, that was a big mistake for him to split push because he just gave up a tower for free. And we really did not need to give up that tower. Even though it was low, it was very defensible. And this tower is very important to keep up. I guess I'm talking a little fast these games. That's just trying to get as much commentary in as possible. And if you guys want me to slow down a bit, I can certainly slow down. I'm happy to. But if you guys like this faster commentary, then I'm happy to do that too. Here I accidentally, no, I didn't steal it this time. One time he tries to get blue buff, I accidentally steal it because Madrid's sort of crit thing, the Madrid's bonus 300 damage. I think I got like 2 in a row, and I didn't mean to do that. But you know, one trick that you can do is you hit the S button when you're attacking, and just you have to leave it a little bit more life when you have something like Rickles or Madrid's. So that's just something you should keep in mind. We can definitely fight this. I should have gone in on Mundo when I saw him get out of position a little bit like that. We can't dive. I try to dive here, and it just turns out very poorly because my team doesn't follow up. So it would have been fine if everyone followed up, but since you should just sometimes you like this was a fine play. The safer play would have been to get the tower, and a lot of times you should consider that because it's like coordination isn't like the strong point of people playing solo queue. So I should have just been aware that, you know, when you make sort of a risky play or like a play that requires good coordination to come off, you know, that's like probably not going to work as well as you'd like it to. Mundo gets caught and dies, so this is again something I've talked about where, you know, people stick around and die at the turret. You know, he needed to be back here. It turns out like it's the 2-for-1, but we get a shutdown bonus, so it's not like the worst thing in the world, and we do push them off this tower. I want him to stay here, and he comes down here, which is a mistake on his part. He should have just stayed here. I don't know why he thought he should come down here. Like, there's no reason for that, and the only person that should potentially have gotten here was me. But this was pushing very hard, so I wanted to prevent that from happening, and CF shouldn't have ported in there, but whatever. Yeah, so he shouldn't have done that. I should have signaled him maybe, told him I was farming bot and that he should defend mid. Like sometimes you know can't trust if you know what the right, like if you're pretty confident you're making the right decision and your teammates aren't, you should just tell them. Like don't just yell at them. Don't say like you're stupid. Just say like this is what you need to do, and just help them out. Like if they like in solo queue, a lot of people just don't understand what to do. I should have gone in this brush. I was waiting. I thought someone was going to come down here, and it was easy. And I should have gone right away into this bush instead of doing what I did. And I knew where most of them were. I saw Aurelia and Mundo up there, so I should have just ran right in this bush right away, and I could have definitely got the kill on easy, or first forced him pretty low and made him flash or something like that. So I should have definitely considered doing that. I'm trying to wait for him to sort of walk up here. And as soon as I see him trying to blue pill, I just run up to him to cancel it, waste his time a little bit. And maybe I could have done that a little bit more. I didn't know where he was. But we see that they're out of position. And here, they think that the best idea is to kill tower. And I was like pinging this like a bunch of times, like, no, that's stupid. There's no reason to kill tower. For some reason, these guys thought that they couldn't do it. Couldn't kill these guys at Baron, but that's obviously wrong. Like it's a 4v4 plus we have Baron smacking on them, so we have he could like ulti and prevent them from doing like running away and stuff like that. So we definitely should have run right away to prevent them from doing Baron. So we basically gave them a free Baron exchange for 2 towers, which, you know, that was stupid. We could have just killed them aced them at Baron and get those 2 towers anyway. So that was definitely the wrong decision on my part. I should have maybe talked in all chat to explain that was like the wrong decision. And I guess he was going for like trying to get the consume off, but you know. Okay, so I have flash up, and I use my ulti to knock everyone back and try to kill this guy really fast because he does a ton of damage. Unfortunately, I used my flash in the wrong way, and I should have actually flashed back here or potentially flashed over here to take out her, and then we could have had a 3v2. So that was just poor play on my part. And so it turns out we could have at least got a 2-for-0, I think, in this case, instead of we just get a 2-for-1 for a bunch of flashes and stuff like that. And it turns out even worse because TF gets caught. So that's just pretty unfortunate. Alright, so just continuing on, you know, that fight turned out really poorly for us, and that's okay. Part of it was definitely my fault. Like, I could have definitely done some stuff that would have prevented them from, you know, getting that ace there and turned it around, so we got maybe 3 or 4 kills there. So definitely I could have done some stuff there that would have been better. And here I'm just clearing out the lanes. I'm trying to tell my team that they need to split push. Like, if they don't understand that they need to split push, you need to tell them that, and instead of just yelling at them. And it was like a little frustrating to try to explain that. And also, like, the other problem was they didn't really understand how to split push. You know, when you're split pushed, you need your team to defend and not play aggressive. Like, they can't be up here, like standing around here when they're trying to get pushed. And so we just push these in and they can easily poke and prevent them from pushing in the towers with, you know, Kog'Maw and TF poke. And also you need to understand when you need to get back. So I just push this to the tower. I could not have taken this tower without giving up a free tower here. As soon as this wave gets here, we know that we need to back. So maybe I could have stalled out a little bit more on the split push. But as you saw, basically we just wasted a lot of their time. People like Aurelia is going to go up here, and they're wasting Bear enough when they should definitely try to be CG. So this is a very effective strategy, and we should have been doing it more of the game. And we should definitely be up on towers over then, just based on our team comp. Again, as I said before, the problem with our team comp is TF's ulti doesn't do anything in a team fight, as you know. Like, it's okay for chasing, but that's about it. So you have to either, you have to win a team fight for it to be useful. So that's why we should be split pushing, and that just makes them split. So, you know, like, we can easily, so if you split push, and like, let's say like you're split push like this, and this happens, TF can port in and just you know, secure the kill. So when they send up one person, that they really have to send up 2 to deal with a split push, and then you can win the other lane. So it's really difficult to deal with it if they don't understand what they're supposed to do. I could have flashed and prevented TF from dying, and I probably should have done that. It just makes me a little bit weaker in the team fights, but, you know, saving TF is definitely worth doing. So, all right, continuing on. Again, I'm just trying to tell our team to split push. That was great. We got a kill in Aurelia, and we wasted enough time so that their Baron couldn't do anything. And you can see the power of split pushing, and it's definitely a good thing to do when you're behind. If you're ahead, like, it really depends on your team comp, but you should definitely try not to split push, actually, when you're ahead. You definitely want to be team fighting and forcing team fights when you're ahead, because obviously you're ahead, you're stronger in team fights. So, you know, look at your team comp, but, like, definitely consider the split pushing strategy, depending on, like, who your team comp is, what you do, and your relative strength in the game. Alright, so continuing to farm, I am trying to get some tanky items. I'm mostly stacking, I pretty much all completely stacked, let's see, what did I stack? Defensive items, except for my next item is going to be the Brutalizer. This was a big mistake by my team. They just gave them this turret for free because 1v was like pushing out here for no reason, and TF was here for no reason. Like, he didn't go back right away. Like, he just tried to walk all the way back here, and the rest of the team all just went back. So they just gave up a free turret. So you should definitely try to avoid, you know, giving up free turrets. It's not like this. This was just the problem with people not understanding how the split push works, and not going back at the right times. It was very avoidable. As you saw, they just walked up and took it, and we could have easily defended it with TF poke and also Kog'Maw poke. Alright, so here our plan is to camp this bush, and hopefully they'll overextend. Luckily, actually, someone went back because they had to deal with the split push. So again, you see, again, the power of the split push. And here we notice that they're pushing for some reason, and it's a 4v5, so they really shouldn't be doing that. And we're all camping in this bush, and as soon as they see Kog'Maw, they go on him for some reason, and we just get a quadra kill, actually, on this. So again, I'm just trying to focus on easy. I get a little confused in this fight on what I was doing, but that's okay. We still get the triple kill, or 3 kills for nothing, so, you know, that's just something that you can do. If they're pushing this tower in, and you can just have a couple people try to bait them out and just camp this bush, and then you get some free kills. Here we need to split up, again, split pushing, and take different towers, because if everyone goes down here, if everyone goes here, this is just going to push in and we're going to lose towers and hips and stuff like that. Someone also needs to come up here, because Aurelia, everyone saw that it was like pretty obvious what she was trying to do. She was trying to push this tower down, so that's just something to keep in mind. I don't know why they're not fighting. They should totally fight, and they're not like paying attention to the minimap. This is a 3v1, so it's just like completely retarded that they wouldn't be fighting. Here I had gone up and trying to go in on Aurelia. And here you can see she's 2 levels ahead of me. She has, let's see what she has. She has like Trinity Force and Zephyr, but she thinks she can kill me, and she totally can't. And this is how strong Xin is as a Brutalizer. So I completely destroyed her, and so I had less items than her, and all sorts of stuff. So there you can see the power of this group of items was stronger than her item. So sometimes even when you're behind, if you build right, you can come back from an advantage. So this is the problem with suboptimal builds. Her build was definitely suboptimal. She didn't finish any of her items, and a lot of her items, and she just, for instance, she got the brutalizer, and I don't know. I don't really understand what she was thinking, but I'm not going to bother trying. And she also had more CS and gold and all that stuff, and I was able to beat her because I had a better, more optimized item choice for my champion. And this is also why you should totally figure that out. They managed to get Baron somehow, and the problem was that we didn't ward it. They totally would not have been able to get that if we had warded. So it was just a pretty big mistake on my team's part, and I certainly take some blame in not warding myself. So yeah, that was just the problem. You gotta ward Baron. You can't not ward Baron in late game, because when people get it, they just have this huge advantage. All right, so let's speed it up a little bit. Wow, that made my computer choke. And again, farming, making sure this lane stays pushed. And we know that they're going to try to go for this one again, because we saw them with wards trying to group here. You got to be careful when you do this. I let this wolf live, sort of countering ourselves, because I didn't want to get caught. If I get caught, the game's over. We lose automatically. So if anyone gets caught, we lose. And I'm telling our team to defend this, but really we can't defend this. There's no way. They can even tank the tower and just kill us. So this is not a defendable tower. This, on the other hand, is not something you want to just give up for free like that. So they're making the right choices. They have Baron, so we're just trying to stall them out a little bit. She doesn't, because she died. But yes, as you can see, we're just trying to stall out. Someone has to periodically split off here. One thing that I notice a lot of people sometimes do is they send like 3 or 4 people out here, and then this tower just dies. That's not what you want to do. You just want to send one person that can clear this wave pretty quickly and keep the rest here, so you can keep poking and preventing them from pushing in. Kog'Maw's doing something really smart. He's clearing out these wards whenever they try to place them, because he has really good attack speed. He can clear them before they go back in Viz, and that lets them not know when someone's trying to clear this wave out. Alright, so here we're just trying to defend here to prevent them from pushing in this turret, or sorry, this inhib. It's a naked inhib, but you can see that they split, and this is definitely a good time to go. I didn't realize that Mundo was there. I should have paid a little bit more attention to the map and gone in right away when I had the opportunity. And we get them out of position a little bit. Here I should have run back instead of run forward, and that was just a little unfortunate on my part. So TF should be able to get the kill on Easy here, and we get an easy kill, and if they turn around right away, they could have gotten the kill on Rise. So that was about as well as it could have gone, except if I had gone in earlier, and I would have gone in if I had known that Mundo was there, but I didn't. So, you can see right there the power of just keeping an eye on the map and understanding where people are. Alright, so they get another turret there because that lane was pushing, and Kog'Maw's going to get a lot of farm here. Kog'Maw's a great late game hero, but is a little bit weak early game. That's just because of what his abilities do. Like he has he gets a range increase. I think he gets an attack speed increase or something like that, and an armor debuff. He's does crazy things late game. I should play him. I haven't played him in a while, and I don't really know what he does. Anyway, again, I've gotten most of my items. The next thing I want to get is after I got my Warden's Mail is the upgraded version of that. And that's Randuin's Omen, and that's going to be great because when I E into someone, I can slow their entire team down for 3 or 4 seconds. Let's see how much armor I have. Slow it down, and I have 250 armor and 77 magic resist, so it's going to slow them for about 2.5 seconds, I think. Yeah, 3.5 seconds. So that's going to be great. Here we have this ward here, so I could have certainly considered diving in on Rise. Let's see if she could. I'm just seeing if. Yeah, so I have 3k health, so Aurelia could definitely stun me, so that's the only problem with building health against Aurelia. But multiple times Rise gets out of position, and this ward is really good, right here. I could have definitely tried to go on him, and I should have been camping right here, because Rise kept doing that, and I could have potentially gotten a kill on him. I don't really know what's going on here. They're going to take our blue. That's a really good idea for them, and we're just trying to make the game get protracted out and prevent them from taking this turret. Here, unfortunately, Kog'Maw gets caught, and I should have flashed or something to prevent the GA from being popped on Aurelia, and also not gone on Easy there, and instead gone on their Mundo. and that would have been an easy kill. So sometimes this is something that I do, is that I try to get on the squishy, and that's not always the best choice. If their their tank is overextended, it's fine to go on him and put a lot of damage on him, and sometimes you can get a kill for free. So that's just something to consider. You saw I died there, and it gave them the easy win, and we're just not really executing this defense well. So yeah, so we just lose here, and that's GG. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this replay, and there will be another one up pretty soon. And don't forget to rate, subscribe, and comment. That's very helpful to me. And as you can see, they're just going to push in and finish the game. So again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Any feedback is great, and I will see you guys for the next video.